So every year a list comes out and it's called the Dirty Dozen, and it highlights produce that tends to have higher levels of pesticide residue. So I'm going to be honest with you all. This list can really feel discouraging because we're told we're supposed to eat fruits and vegetables, eat a lot of them. And then when you look at the list, you probably say to yourself, well, everything that I try to eat to do better, it's on the list. So what am I supposed to really be eating? So in this video, I'm going to walk you through this in a way that just makes it feel a little less overwhelming, because we have enough of that going on right now in the times that we are in. So if we haven't met yet, my name is Auyanna. I teach new and beginner gardeners how to start, grow, and maintain a flourishing garden in a way that feels simple and doable. And I want to say this up front because this is really important. I'm going to put the list of the Dirty Dozen up on the screen. This list is not meant to make you feel frustrated. It's just some good information to have and to think about, especially when you are doing your grocery shopping. So listen, y'all, you don't need to stop eating fruits and vegetables, and you don't have to grow everything on the list because, let's be honest, not everyone has the space or the time for that, and I totally get it. But what I do want to do is to give you a few simple suggestions to encourage you and to also motivate you and to help you just start somewhere. Because here's the shift that I want to make. This isn't about fear, it's about options. And so you don't need to do everything. We can't do everything, y'all. You just need to start. So even if it's just one or two things, if it's just one container, if it's just one plant, it's still one step towards growing something of your own. So instead of overwhelming you with all 12 items on the list, I'm going to walk you through 5 of them. And I want to show you where you can start in a way that actually feels manageable. So let's start with the strawberries. Strawberries are at the top of the list, towards the top, and they're one of the most common things that's really easy to grow. Like, it's a very easy fruit that you can grow, and they grow well in containers, they grow well in baskets, they grow well in raised beds, and they really don't require a huge space. So one container may not give you a whole season's worth of strawberry, but remember, y'all, we're talking about you just need to start. And y'all already know, once you start growing your own and you taste the difference, it's really hard to go back to the grocery store. Like, it's just a huge difference in growing your own and grocery store produce. So blueberries were another one that showed up on the list, and blueberries do need acidic soil, but the good thing is you can grow them in containers, and that way you can control the environment that they grow in. So I've done several videos, y'all, showing you that I love the berry tone slow release fertilizer. I have been growing blueberries in containers for years. Blackberries, that's on the list too, and that's another option that you can grow if you have a little space as well. They grow on canes, they come back year after year, and they can really produce over time. So this is more of a long-term plant, but it's really rewarding once it gets established. Now, spinach was actually number 1 on the list, and this is another one of the easiest things that you can grow. It grows pretty fast depending on the variety, and it works well in containers, and you can harvest spinach multiple times. Y'all know I talk about leafing off. Pull from the outside, let the inside continue to grow. So if you're looking for something simple that helps you build confidence really fast, this is a great place to start with the spinach. Y'all, this year, potatoes joined the list, and that really surprised a lot of people because it definitely surprised me. But here's the encouraging part. They're actually really fun to grow, and like I've done in the past, I've grown them in grow bags, but you can grow them in containers, you can grow them in the ground, and harvesting them is like a surprise. You don't know what you're going to get until you dump it all out. So if you want something hands-on and rewarding, growing potatoes is really a good option. But here's the thing, I want to bring you back to this because this is what really matters the most. You don't need to grow all of these. You don't need to do everything perfectly. If you start with one thing, that's enough. Because once you grow that one thing, you start to realize, I can do this. I can do this. And that confidence carries into everything else. So I want to take a really quick second to talk about something that's really important. And you all know that in a lot of my videos, I am constantly saying this, and that is knowing your growing zone and knowing your seasons. You need to know your first fall frost, your last spring frost, and your growing zone. Because one thing I always want you to remember is this: what grows for me really well may not grow for you very well, and it may not grow at the same time that you're growing it or that I'm growing it. We all live in different places with different temperatures, different seasons, and different timings. So when you hear me talk about growing something, don't feel like you're behind or don't feel like you're doing something wrong, because your timing may really look different than what mine is. I am in Georgia, zone 8A in the Atlanta area. And so that is why I say knowing your growing zone is really important, because it helps you understand when things can be planted and what grows best in your area. So when you see me putting things up, it may not grow for your area and it might not be the time to grow it. So some things on that dirty dozen list, like spinach, grow best in cooler weather, while other things like strawberries or potatoes, they do better as the weather starts to warm up. So here's the part that I really want to encourage you with. Just because something isn't in season right now, it doesn't mean that you've missed your chance. So I want y'all to remember, you do have options. You can start seeds inside. You can plan ahead for the next season. You can grow things in containers so you can move them around, or you can simply choose something that is in season and just start right there. Because I want you to remember, this isn't about doing everything at once. It's about learning your space, learning your seasons, and taking it one step at a time. And I also want to say this as well, because this is really important. Growing your own is really a beautiful option, but it's not the only option. Especially dealing with the seasons. So if you're not able to grow something right now, whether it's because of the space, the time, or the season, you can still be intentional with what you're bringing into your home. And so one of my favorite things is to check your local farmers market. A lot of times you're able to talk directly to the people who grew the food. You can ask questions about how it was grown, and you can also support someone right here in your local community at the same time. And then there's the organic options in the stores as well. Now, I know organic isn't always available or accessible for everyone, but it can be, and it can be more expensive. So again, it's not about perfection. It's about doing what you can, and it's about being aware, and it's about making the best choices that you can with what you have. So whether you choose to grow something yourself, pick it up from a local farmer's market, a local farmer, or you buy organic, every small steps truly matters. And if this really helped you and it brought some clarity or some peace of mind, I want y'all to make sure that you like this video and that you hit the subscribe button and that you share it with someone who may need it too, y'all. Sharing is caring. And if you're ready to grow and you want more beginner-friendly gardener tips, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I'd love to know right now, after all that we've said about the Dirty Dozen, which one of those on the list would you start first? So y'all put it in the comments below. And until the next video, bye y'all.